Hello everyone, it's Desi and it's still Black History Month. And today I want to talk to you about an author who has penned some amazing books about amazing African Americans. And the author's name is Carole Boston Weatherford. Miss Weatherford just won the Children's Literacy Legacy Award. Bravo! So wonderful. And her books cover every gamut of Black life. So the first titles that I'm sharing with you today all feature artists in some form or fashion. The first title that I have for you is Outspoken, Paul Robeson, Ahead of His Time, a one-man band. It's written, of course, by Carole Boston Weatherford and illustrated by Eric Velasquez. Paul Robeson is known for singing the song Old Man River in the musical Showboat. But before he was singing, he was a scholar, he was a football player, and he was an activist. So if you want to learn more about his life, you're going to read Outspoken, Paul Robeson, Ahead of His Time, a one-man show. I would like to share his quote on the back, which is, "As an artist, I come to sing, but as a citizen, I will always speak for peace, and no one can silence me in this." Again, wonderful book. The next title that I have for you is Before John Was a Jazz Giant. So John Coltrane changed the landscape of jazz in so many ways. So in this book, you learn about his life as a little kid. And this picture book is really accessible for the younger audience because there's not that many words on the page. So the illustrations really do sing, literally. And then you hear him or see him listening to the sound of the horn before he even picks it up. So, of course, this book was written by Carole Boston Weatherford, but it's illustrated by Sean Qualls. Again, the title is Before John Was a Jazz Giant. The next book that I would like to share with you makes me think a little bit of my mom because her favorite song sung by this group was Respect Yourself. So, if you disrespect everybody that you run into, tell me how in the world anybody's gonna respect you. The title of the book is Bridges Instead of Walls. The story of Mavis Staples. Now, this book is written by Mavis Staples and Carole Boston Weatherford and illustrated by Steffi Walt Hall. So Mavis was part of a group called the Staple Singers, and that group was led by her father and featured many of her sisters and siblings. So they started by singing at churches. Their faith was very, very important to them. But as they sang, they began to travel. They were also part of gospel traveling groups who traveled in packs because at that time, traveling down south was not exactly safe. So they also were using the Green Book to figure out places that they could stay while they were coming to perform for millions of people. So if you want to learn about Mavis and her journey into stardom, you're going to read Bridges Instead of Walls, the story of Mavis Staples, written by Mavis Staples and Carole Boston Weatherford and illustrated by Steffi Walt Hall. The final title that I have for you is The Roots of Rap, written by Carole Boston Weatherford and illustrated by the great Frank Morrison. So You can see we have James Brown, Queen Latifah, we got Biggie Smalls, we got Grandmaster Flash up here, and I believe this is LL Cool J, and we got Tupac down here. But what this book does wonderfully is explain how many different genres impacted. And again, we have James Brown here. Rap. And they even talk about the start of hip hop. And then here we go. Beatboxing, dancing, DJ Kool Herc. If you want to learn about the timeline of hip hop, you're going to read The Roots of Rap, written by Carole Boston Weatherford and illustrated by Frank Morrison. Well, I hope you're well. I hope you're safe. I hope you're doing something good for yourself and for others. And I hope that you are reading, learning, and celebrating Black history. Thank you.